Hey everybody, it's Joe from greenlightsound.com, and today we're going to take a look at the recently released Scheps Omni Channel 2, new from Waves. And I'm really excited about this plugin because the original Scheps Omni Channel is, in my opinion, probably the best plugin that Waves makes, or at least the most versatile plugin that Waves makes. And to have these updates are really nice. A few of them are kind of minor updates, but there's one really huge one. I'm going to go over what these new features are, and I'm going to go over a way you might be able to get this for free, and if you can't, whether it's worth the upgrade or not. So let's dive right in to what's new in this plugin at first. If you are familiar with the original Scheps Omni channel, this looks really similar. There's not a whole lot different here. They're kind of hidden in the details of what's going on. First of all, in the saturation section, we've got one more saturation type here, the crush saturation, in addition to the odd, even, and heavy that were already there as part of the original version of this plugin. For the filter section, they've added a 24 dB per octave option, which wasn't there originally, plus this resonance knob right down here, which gives you kind of a really nice resonant boost right at the cutoff point of the filter. And you can, of course, automate the filter for some nice sweeps if you want to do it that way. You could do some sort of resonance with the bump here, but this was really wide and really shallow. These can be really sharp and aggressive resonances. Over in the compressor section, we've got a new compression mode, soft knee compression here. So we already had the VCA, the FET, and the opto. Now we've got soft knee compression, so the compressor gradually kicks in as the signal crosses over the threshold. And then finally, the really big update for me. You always had the option of inserting a different Waves plugin in this insert slot. And if you have a bunch of Waves plugins, that's great. But if you didn't, or if you wanted to access something else, you couldn't do that. But now you can access any VST plugin. So if I click plus on this insert here, and I see all the Waves are listed up here, but then there's a new option for VST3, and below that, all the plugins from your VST3 folder. So you can insert any plugin that you have in VST3 form, and of course you can put that in any order for processing here. You can stick it between the pre and the gate, or you can switch everything up here too as well. You can move these components around. So one of the most versatile Waves plugins because of that. And then adding in that new VST3 support, you can put anything else in any part in the chain. Really cool. So let's hear how some of these new things sound. Let's start with this new saturation. I'm going to play a kick drum part. There's no processing at all going on. Here's what it sounds like. And I'll go to the crush saturation and really drive it. Now, if you contrast that with the other three, you can really get a lo-fi crush sound from that signal. Next, let's take a look at some of these filters. And I'd like to jump over to Plugin Doctor here so you can see what's actually going on. So I've got this one filter set with a cutoff frequency somewhere between 100 and 200 hertz. It's at 12 dB per octave. If I go to this new 24 dB per octave setting, you can see that resonance is already built in there. I can drop it down if I want to. That's a really sharp resonance. If I go back to the 12 dB per octave and do the thump selection, you can see how that added kind of a really broad, gentle slope, but not quite the resonance you were getting when you didn't use the thump, but use this resonance control, where you can get this really sharp peak here. And it works on the high-pass filter as well if you want to use that resonance up there. So you get some really cool effects by doing sweeps that way. Or you can kind of hide, if you're cutting on kick drum, for example, hide that you're cutting as much sub information as you are by giving that little resonant bump right there. It's kind of a little trick you can use on low source instruments. Back over to the DAW. Now we're going to listen to the soft knee compressor. Let me select that and pull down the threshold. Push the output up a bit. And I'll go between the different compressor modes. Here's the optical, the FET, the VCA, and the soft knee. And then finally, any insert from any manufacturer we want. So let's say we wanted to do something crazy and put a delay on this kick drum. So if I jump down to the Sound Toys section, I'm going to pick Echo Boy. But why not this time? You can see it opens in another floating window here, which is really nice. It's also labeled in this insert section so you can see what is open. So if you close this out, this is all you see in the interface. We can always click on this expansion to get to the window again. So there we go, a kick drum with some eighth note delay on it. No idea why you'd want to do that, but you get the point. You can put in any VST plugin that you want right here. So is it worth the upgrade? First of all, right now, the upgrade price, there's not really an upgrade price from Omnichannel version 1. You just have to buy Omnichannel 2 for $30 or $29.99 with their discount code. And of course, Waves is perpetually having discounts and $30 plugins, so it will probably be available for that price for a long time. But here's the thing they don't really tell you. If you've got Scheps Omnichannel 1, or if you've got the Mercury bundle or any other bundle that Omnichannel's in, as long as you're the current version of Waves right now, that's version 14, you can just go into Wave Central, download that plugin or download that bundle again, and Omnichannel 2 will be on it, even if you're not current with your Waves update plan right now. So I thought if I wanted to get this plugin, I'd have to buy it for 30 bucks, or I'd have to redo my update plan, which I'm not going to do. That's $240. But my update plan was expired. I did have a version 14 of Mercury bundle though, and I just went in, downloaded that bundle again, and I got this plugin for free that way. So check that out. If you've got Omnichannel version 1, as long as it's Waves version 14, or the Mercury bundle or any other bundle this may be in, try to download it again from Wave Central and see if you get this plugin for free. If not, and you want to buy it, it's probably worth the $29.99 they're charging, just because it's got that additional feature of putting any VST3 you want in the insert patch. That's a huge plus from just Waves plugins being in there, especially if you only own a few Waves plugins. It makes the plugin so much more versatile using any other third-party VST3 that you want in that slot. Plus, the other functions are really nice. The other compressor options, the filtering for creative effects, and the crush saturation mode. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Is it worth it or not? Or if you were able to get it for free, which is great. So there we go. Scheps Omnichannel 2 from Waves, a new update. Highly recommended. Great plugin. Probably the best one that Waves makes. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in that comment section. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so we can keep you in the loop as to what's coming up next. And I'll see you in the next one.